Call to order. Call to order August 18th. Board of Commissioners meeting. Roll call.
Commissioner Caprosa, Commissioner Livermore, Commissioner Nettleton. Here. Commissioner Rondo.
Here.
Commissioner Siebert.
Here. Thank you, pledge and physical. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I know, but it looks a lot nicer. Yeah. Public comment? It's good. Once, twice, three times, nobody. Is it's agenda. Everybody okay with agenda? Yep, make a motion to approve the agenda as written. I'll support. Roll call.
All in favor?
Aye. Consent agenda. Any questions on any of those items, A through M? I'll make a motion, we accept them. Second. All in favor? Aye.
Resolution.
Resolution. No, you're gonna say it. Okay, go ahead, roll call.
Commissioner Nettleton.
Yes.
Commissioner Rondo.
Yes.
Commissioner Siebert.
Yes. Everybody have a chance to get the meeting minutes of July 14th, July 21st. Did not find any errors, so. Nope, looked good to me. So I'll make the motion to approve the meeting minutes from July 14th and July 21st. I'll support. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Mike, you're up.
What's up, Pam? You want?
You need to hit a home run version. And we usually have 3 minutes, we'll give you 4.
Oh, we can do 4. We'll do the short version, but if you guys want to go anywhere, we'll go where you want. Page 7. Yeah. Page 7 is the opinion, unmodified opinion. You complied with all the generally accepted accounting principles. They're your statements, not ours. And we take a sampling of transactions. We don't look at every single one. Looking at let's start on page 20. When you roll everything up, you ended up with a net position of 3.6 million. Your unrestricted position's a deficit of 1.8, but your pension liability is just under 7 million. So when you back that out, you're sitting pretty, and you're in the same boat everybody else is. The nice thing is, I'll just flip back here, is when we look at the pension liability, you actually went from 62% funded to 63% funded, so you're making some headway on that. And on the retiree plan, you kind of went backwards this year. You went from 86% funded to 72, but it's just a matrix of what's coming in versus what's going out. There was a big actuarial change in the current year, between what they expected versus what actually happened. So that's the main reason they increased the liability almost $325,000.
So it hit everybody.
It hit everybody. So they put all the factors of here's what we think is going to happen. And every so many years they say, okay, what really did happen? They updated it, and basically everybody's living longer than what they anticipated, and it is what it is. Mm-hmm.
Not working as long and living longer.
Yep. And it's just one of the boats everybody's been in. Let's look at page 20. Well, no, let's look at these ones. Page 27 first, looking at the business type funds. The big one there, no surprise, is the delinquent tax fund. Added 82,000 to the bottom line, so it has 1.7 million. And Pam's always more than willing to pay that out and give it as free money.
Well, this year though, So, yeah. So, I don't-
I hear backpedaling. No, so, that's kind of been staying flat. You haven't been drawing much out of it. So, but that all depends on what delinquencies do. That's the hard thing there. Flipping back to all the other funds, the capital project fund took a hit, almost 300,000, but you put money into that to do bigger projects, so no surprise there. And then the general fund looked pretty good, so if we look at. We can look at page like 92, 93, 94, 95. You figured you were gonna have a break-even budget, basically, and you ended up adding 275 to the bottom line. Revenues came in $175,000 better than what you had anticipated. Big one there, interest came in at $62,000 better than what you projected. That one's always, what's the market gonna do? From there. And then taxes came in better than what you had thought. Otherwise, everything kind of looks in line. Expense wise, nothing. No one program, no everything is just a little bit here, a little bit there across the board, so. Happy to see that. Do we have problems in the current year? Let's look. That would be on page 137. We only have the same one that we do always have. We help put the report together. That's it. Other than that, that's the short version. I have to say things are progressing nicely. The accounting's better now that Pam and Joel are working together. They're coming up with budgets, the board's involved, but things are running way smoother than they were for a while.
That's good to hear.
I think they do a good job together and I think we're able to give a realistic budget to all the departments to where they can, and then hold them to it.
Mhm.
That's all we can do. I mean, to be that close, to stay close to the ins and the outs was coming in, you can only give what we can receive, so.
Yeah, there's only so much in the pot.
Right, so, we put it, I think, even like our contracts and everything else. We're trying to put it right there with not much wiggle room, but it all the departments are what's making it work also, though, is they're staying within their budget, because without that,
It goes, yeah, it falls apart fast.
it takes a team.
Those
two.
Yeah, with them being able to give us
Mhm.
pretty good guesstimates on, going back through to see, projecting out what next year's gonna be, I mean, cause it's always a crystal ball. You never know exactly what's gonna,
Oh, yeah, especially in this day and age, you got money. Nope, sorry, you don't have it anymore. Things moving around.
Had money.
Yeah, you had money. You don't have it anymore.
the department has realized that, there's not an unlimited pot here, people. This is what
Mhm.
there is and. We
Oh, I
can
see.
put it up just so much.
The other ones were, they're Rob and Peter to pay Paul the time, budget gets you public.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I've noticed is it's a lot better of, Robin and Peter to pay Paul stuff isn't there like it was. It's this department, here's what they actually spent, and no, we're not gonna shift stuff around.
Emergencies happen, yes.
Yes, stuff happens,
Thank you, Rob.
unintended
There's
stuff.
been no big files that say, hey,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I will say this, though, I think at least from my department's perspective, employee morale is at a high point right now.
Mhm.
Everyone seems optimistic.
Very good.
I
I
agree.
say that cautiously,
Mhm.
Optimistic.
Somebody will fall off the cliff tomorrow.
just optimistic.
Things are good.
They don't mind coming to work. There's no taking different ways around the building or parking strategically to avoid people. It doesn't matter.
It's nice.
Good.
So the fund balance, Mr. Shushi, what they've always I'd like to hear that went up to.
That went up, well, and wants to get in the fund balance, doesn't she?
Just because that's always good news. Between
Yes.
Revenue came in and.
Add 2 minutes on.
No.
Yeah, to add 2 minutes. So, yeah, the general fund added 277,000 to the bottom line, so you're at 1.3 million.
But we don't wanna, it's too close to contract time to stay stuff. Yeah. When it's a monetary open only.
How much was it?
A negative $300,000.
But 10 ways.
We come up with a little over 200,000 plus.
Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, the percentage wise,
Well, that ain't
not a
much.
great percentage over the whole.
No.
No, I mean, you had, just running $5 million in expenses in the current year, so, that's not a whole lot. And to have a fund balance of 1.1 million,
How many months do they like you to have in the fund balance? Is it 3 months or 6 months?
between 3 and 6 months is
So we're
what
not
it
big
is.
yet.
No,
Right.
we're not.
And we're climbing slowly, but we're climbing. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, there was a few years there was not much left in the pot.
Right.
It was pretty dry, so,
And that goes with getting more revenues and spending less between the two of them.
Yeah.
It
mhm,
went up nicely this year.
yeah, and part of it is, getting that might not be the right. Departments actually incurring the cost they're supposed to incur, so you can manage that. And, instead of moving chips around is different things, that way it gives you a level playing field for the board to make a decision of, Joel and Pam said, here's the pot. Now it's up to the board how are we gonna divvy the pot up to the different departments? And the departments buying in, okay,
Yeah.
let's work together.
I think we've been doing good. I mean, we put
Mhm.
money into our infrastructure. We've added some full-time jobs instead of part-time.
The word layoff has not been used as a weapon by this board. And that
Mhm.
goes so far with the people that work here.
Mhm.
This board will never, I will never lay anybody off. I believe heads of departments, if they go over their budget, may have to at some point. But that's their decision on how they run their departments, not the board. I don't think the board should micromanage everybody's department.
Mhm.
And the planning has been right between the estimate on the numbers and then the department heads be responsible for the budget that they are given. Hey, this is my budget ideas, I gotta stick with this, that's what keeping that, So, yeah, so that nasty word doesn't have to come out because, we're being responsible with what we do have, so.
Yeah, and you don't have, different things going on. Oh, you need a little, okay, we'll carve something out for you over here and not let the
Take
other.
it this way from over here, throw it over here.
Yeah, everybody's getting on board and working together, and that makes a big difference.
Yeah, cause when them two actually sit down with department heads, when they do budget, makes, I think, a huge difference.
Mhm. Because they can sit down and say, XYZ department comes in, this is what I need, here's the bare bones. And when you say, this is the pot,
Yeah.
okay, everybody trusts everybody, and how do we work this?
Yeah.
So everybody.
You want 10 things, we have money for 5, how are we gonna pick which 5, get them?
Mhm,
I think that's true, the trust.
mhm.
Everybody trusts. When we say how much money we have, they believe this is what we.
Yeah. Mhm. Still trying to figure out why the clerk's office gets the most money now.
No, I think that,
Yeah. Yeah. Just don't go for a new jail millage quite yet.
no,
We're still paying off the bond.
that's what, our 30 years from,
Well, next year, we wanna build in an extra half a payment, right? We're
it'd be
gonna
nice
try to
if we
push
could.
Mhm.
We can. 15 grand.
So put more on the principal. We have a good interest rate, but still, it's an old thing and it'd be nice not to have any old things.
Mhm. Trying to
Especially
nip
if we
away.
wanna-
So if it comes along, and we need to borrow money for it,
Right, we're not.
Yeah,
we're in a position to do it.
Yes.
Again, then we need to.
Mm-hmm.
Like Honeywell, it breaks before you pay it off.
Yeah.
Or we pay it off and it immediately breaks.
Yeah. Yeah, you haven't paid it off and it's breaking. HVAC.
Right. Any other questions?
No, but you know, you really sometimes have no choice.
Right.
I know back when I first got on board, they had no choices, they were in the red.
Yep.
And, if you get to that point, you can't say you can't lay anybody off, because what are you gonna do? Pay them with paper money? You can't, we can't do that, the federal government can, but we can't.
Yep,
So-
we weren't allowed to print.
Not that I
The
would
copier
want,
won't do it.
not that I wanna lay anybody off, but
That's why designated funds and
Yeah.
high fund balance, or not high, but at least just a
yeah,
recommended level is important, so that when you get to that point, you don't have to pay.
Yeah.
Everybody trusting and working together is what
right,
makes
that
that.
makes a lot of difference.
Gives you a little-
Borrowing.
Gives you that cushion there to figure out, okay, how can we cut costs and or raise revenues, or, you know,
Or
Do
we know
different
people are retiring, how can we shuffle people we have and not rehire,
mhm.
you know? That might come something like that sometime, who knows? Knock on wood, we hopefully won't have to look at that.
Right, I agree with
We hope
you
they
there.
keep it going like they are, and
It is looking favorable though, it really is.
Mhm.
Anything else, Luke?
Don't have anything else.
Thank you, Mike.
Jim?
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sure I'll see you at another one,
Oh, I'm sure.
whatever, anything we have next.
I can get to see audit done.
I haven't got it done yet, but I'm not worried about it, because it looks like I'm gonna be testing the school and roads, and that's fairly easy. So,
And so you, just for side note, you're gonna be working for another 10 years we got you for, or?
as I'm telling, you got me for 3 for sure.
Okay, that's, well, thank you.
After that, I hit my 55, and that's when my wife said, you can't think about it till then.
Okay, well, that's
So-
good, cause I'm here for 3 years.
There we go. I think we did the
We
3 year,
We signed for 3 years.
yep, so it all fell into line.
Yeah. All right, thank you, good, thank.
All right,
Thank you.
And now 9, talk about maybe doing another full-time position for deputy treasurer.
That would be a replacement of the chief deputy treasurer.
No, that's a deputy treasurer to learn the whole thing.
Oh, this would be replacing the chief deputy, which is Darlene.
She's,
She's retiring.
oh, I gotta listen to this.
Oh, she told us. She's looking at me.
until she actually and fill that spot.
all right, if I'm not mistaken, it was tried once before and we ended up in a heap of trouble. We're hiring somebody, trying to hire somebody before somebody retired in a position like that.
Well, I think we all, aren't you gonna be hiring before they retire?
No, it doesn't cost it.
I know, but aren't you, isn't that your plan?
When they give me a notice, we're not filling anything this year, I don't believe, unless. I mean, I'll see it's early, but
Mhm.
I'm not at the moment. No.
This would be a deputy treasurer. To at some point, hopefully move into that, but they have knowledge of it. Learn it first, and then at some point, just. When that position opens, we have somebody that has some kind of clue that can fit into there, instead of hiring, wait till that person leaves. And then hire somebody, put it in there that knows nothing,
Or they can fill in when somebody's on vacation.
or fill in on vacation, yeah.
So if you hire for a full-time deputy, and then when she,
Gives her notice. I see,
can kind of repost the.
and we'd have to repost.
Then you have to
Right,
use
as long as
that.
it's, yeah,
Do
once
you
you have,
have a-
once you have a firm date of somebody retiring, then we can post
So you
specifically.
have a
where-
part-time person in your office now?
No,
And they were budgeted for.
They were budgeted one for years now, and just, we couldn't keep them as part-time, so she would just. I think Pam gave up
it took
training
two-
people that are
Right,
just leaving.
just leaving on her.
Or with a full-time person. I think you're gonna get better applicants.
Mhm.
And especially people that know something's gonna be coming in the future. Within the next 3 years, I'm sure there's gonna be some openings down there.
Darlene is retiring May or June, she told me. So
July 1st sounds good.
I
After
know
the
after
audit's done.
audit, I know.
After audit,
So that
And
is,
it'd be good to have somebody in there while she's doing that.
Yeah.
So
To see the audit
they learn-
process.
it's one of those, especially the treasurer's office, there's things that only happen different times, you almost have to learn a whole year at all.
mhm,
Yeah, so if you've got somebody that can learn a little bit of what everybody's doing, learn a little bit of everything.
And this is, I think, I don't know if we, we can put this out there. But we don't have to hire right away.
Right.
If we get a bunch of applicants and you don't like none of them. Put it back out there again. I mean, we don't have to fill it.
I like the idea of that, just hiring a deputy at this point.
Yes,
To learn a little
And
bit of
once we
everybody's
know
job
her,
and,
right, once
Yeah.
she
mhm.
puts her exact date in. I said June, she said May, so we'll. see.
I say July.
and yeah,
Mine says
and I'll say July, so,
Right,
but.
okay, I think that's,
And I'm
that
at budget
sounds
for
right.
December 31st, so,
What do you say?
and I'll budget for December 31st.
but that's, yeah, it's in the same
Does
thing.
he have to give you a date or?
No.
60 day
60-day
retirement
report.
really is kind of the,
It's in the contract, right?
well, there's a 90-day notice of intent to retire, which isn't required. She doesn't have to give it, but MERS does need a 60-day ramp up.
Mhm. Well, that's good though.
Like, could you do it in less? Yeah, but you might not get your first payment. We're gonna skip that,
Mhm,
that month that gets paid, so. At your own will.
mhm.
How long would it take to learn that position?
3 years.
So I thought any little bit was gonna help.
Mhm.
Drew,
Yeah,
And they always got Mike's number if they get in
Right,
trouble.
in fact, if we can add to that halftime position that we never did fill,
Yeah.
it's been open.
But I do stress too, though,
A little more.
if we get applicants and you look through them and none of them. Hold out and wait a month and put it out there again. Because it's something, I'd rather hire the right person than just get somebody in there.
Yeah.
To find out can't, or even if you do get somebody in there and they're not working out. Move on,
Or the flip, they might get in there and they might not like it.
right,
Yeah.
Mhm.
We get a lot of that is, this isn't what we thought it was gonna be.
yeah. But I think we're gonna have a better chance with a full-time position than.
Oh, much better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it takes
yeah.
all three of us training somebody.
Yeah, basically
And
taking
then they
turns,
quit.
teaching
Right,
parts of your job,
right.
so that there's somebody that can fill in when somebody's gone,
Mhm.
and we don't lose all that institutional knowledge in one
Well,
fell swoop.
It's nice. Any department here, just because one person's gone. It doesn't stop the motion of everything getting done. Everything still gets done just because one person's gone. Any other, or do we want to vote on that to do it, or do we want more discussion on it and wait till we get some more members on board? Well, I guess we could vote on it, and if it's not 100%, then we can wait. If it's a 1 to 2, then I would suggest we wait till a full board. Here. I don't wanna pass it unless it's a full, just cause we got missing
I hear what you're
people.
saying, but that's kind of.
I know it's not how it works, I just don't like to, I don't believe they're not here because they chose to, it's,
Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I like to have. Full board vote, but if it's a unanimous here, I definitely,
I think it's a good idea.
I know, I think I'm the one pushing.
Is there, like, do we just limit it to the, treasure? Or,
That's all we can afford right now.
no, but I'm saying. Say they wanna do it in the attorney's office. Want somebody to learn that,
Well, this is a
You know what
full-time
I'm saying?
position,
This will be similar to what we did with the
Upstairs.
court position.
yeah.
We're not.
Knowing that-
but we're
I
just
don't have
going to
anybody
do it,
retiring anytime
Right.
soon either.
Yeah,
Try not to lose all that knowledge. I
yeah,
think Darlene's been here for how many years?
Robbie just said he's not retiring for a
Pam's
long
been
time.
here.
I don't think anybody in my office is
Forever.
retired.
So,
Okay.
yeah, the two of you,
Pray.
we need to
that
mine
remains
some of
the
that
case.
knowledge before you both decide to start to
Right.
leave.
Yeah, Darlene, her position is very important
Yeah.
because she does help a lot with the audit. You know, she does our bank reconciliation. There's just so much disbursements she does. There's just a lot of stuff that we need to start training somebody.
And I think if Robbie's in the same, if I thought his
Big
office was in the same boat, he would come and say, hey,
When that time comes, absolutely. Like,
Right,
if
so
Kathleen were to
we
go-
swing that for
Kathleen were
6
to
months,
go,
so there's
Right.
an overlap and.
right,
Absolutely.
well, do we have a motion on that? I'll make a motion
I'll second it to.
to hire a deputy treasurer full-time,
Starting when?
once we hire him.
Yeah, one,
Cause like I said, if we we'll put it out there, and I guess we gotta have a
we
date,
gotta, yeah, for applications,
applications, and when we open applications,
We post internally first.
right?
Right.
And run through that, and then if you wanna say, post for, what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks after the internal.
And then after that,
Yeah, run it once in the paper.
yeah, and if they get out of the applicants, there's nobody that's, we think
That's qualified.
qualified, we'll wait a month and try it again.
I think it might be prudent too to include something along the lines of continuation of position contingent upon retiring of incumbent or something.
Hmm,
Or are we just gonna have two full-time forever? I mean, what if Darlene says, I actually don't, I changed my mind?
Yeah,
But
well,
I'm talking precedent
yeah,
here.
we
This
budget
has
in next
happened.
year for, yeah, a chief and 2 full times.
right,
We have to,
Mhm.
right.
unless you wanna make it contingent on something, like I said.
No, I don't wanna bring
Yeah.
somebody in here and say, I don't
Go back
wanna
and
do
try to
that.
force somebody,
because, you know, I might not have a job, and then you might lose somebody really good.
Is Darlene wishy-washy on it, or is she?
No, she's, she said she's leaving in the spring. No, summer. And I said, June? She goes, no, May. So she's not wishy-washy at all.
Okay.
That's what brought this all started
That
thinking.
means August.
I was thinking
May
September.
might.
Well, we need to get through the whole March settlement thing. I mean, there's everything. Then we usually get backed up on bank reconciliations and then Mike wants his stuff and it's usually hectic the first 6 months.
And that might help out with a little bit of somebody helping out. If we get the right person that catches on quick and helping out with that, it might,
Yeah.
she might stay that extra month, just to,
Help it along.
yep. I made a motion, you
I
seconded
second
it,
it, we'll discuss it again.
any discussion, Vicky,
Nope,
roll call?
Commissioner Middleton,
Yes,
Commissioner Rondo,
yes,
Commissioner Seaver.
Yes. Number 10. We've gotta back that up, we're still waiting on some direction from legal. We gotta do anything with that, make a motion to. What would you put that under?
table it.
Yeah,
Table,
just till the next committees.
yeah, table it, put it, round it back to committee.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
aye,
Any unfinished business? Any resolutions? Committee reports from last week, Mickey?
I don't have the, correct, numbers, but, state fair is up quite a bit this year. And, Alger County was up quite a bit this year.
Good. I didn't have any. Frank, have any committees?
Nope, nothing since last week.
Correspondence?
None.
Board comments, Mick?
I was listening to a guy on the radio today.
Bob and
And,
Tom? Elmer or Bob and Tom?
no, it was, Steve Gruber. And the United States in 1978 was the top nation in the world in education. Today, we're down to 50th something. And they they passed the Department of Education in 1978. That's why That's why say that. And this with this woman going into third grade. To teach something that's not the 3 Rs bothers me. And I think, we've got too much of that stuff going on. In 1980. With Ronald Reagan, they tried to do whatever they could to stop this drug epidemic, and nothing's ever worked. And we're just pouring more money into it, and it's going to like a bottomless pit, and you're hauling my grandchildren into this. And I know I voted for it, but I'm not very happy.
I think that you're talking about the opioid money?
Yep.
Well, I think that all got pushed back into committee now. Once we do the committee, then they're gonna
Okay.
redo that, come back.
Okay,
And I agree with you on the drugs. I think the only way to get rid of them is cut it off at the head.
right.
Get rid of the drugs. But. That's my comment. Mike, I'm good. Staff comments? Joel?
No, thank you for. Good
Yeah,
enough.
thanks. You done a good job.
Pam?
One thing I have is National Forest Reserve. Did you read that email?
Yes.
So we are not gonna get the Title III money.
We don't know if we're not getting it yet.
Right,
If
as
it
of
gets
right
voted
now.
in, they'll redo it.
Yep, and the schools got a lot less money this year because we didn't get the 100%.
Yeah, cause
Like, I
that
think
got,
these things like 18,000 less, and the townships got a little bit less, but schools got a little bit bigger hit.
yeah, that ended in 2024 was the last year, so they have to re-up it again. So it's gotta go through Congress.
Right, so in the fall, if they approve it, it sounds like we will
Yeah, they'll
get it.
reimburse us for it. So,
That's the thing I was thinking of,
Is Title III the Forest Service money?
yeah.
yeah,
Okay, there was citizen approached me saying that Onota Township needs new fire blankets.
Mm.
And so I told them to call you guys.
well, that would have been if we get that money.
Right, I said that was a perfect use for that.
Yeah.
They're about $1,000 a piece for a real one to cover an electric vehicle fire. And cause water doesn't work.
No.
What, it's water, electricity, don't work.
No, there's magnesium and other rare earth metals that exist. So they need a fire. Also get rid of the drugs. That's, anyway, just quickly too, we're reacting to things that are happening in the circuit court right now. In my office, ironically, it's given us kind of a breather while there's disruption there, which is a welcome at this time. But district court remains very strong and going, seems like we're doing more with less than ever before. When I say less, that means the judge's time. His demands in the other courts are growing. So it's, when you look at our dockets there, this is our docket this afternoon. And that's a big day. It's a very big day, especially when there's 5 evidentiary hearings at the end. So kudos to the staff at the district court right now. They're really working hard to compensate. And we're working hard to support them and our circuit court during this time. That's all.
Public comment?
I'd like to read the audit reports starting on page 1. County, Michigan.
You're gonna be sitting here alone.
And number 18, adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Wow, I didn't hear.
We
Have a
went
good
right
day,
by it.
guys.
Yeah, I know, he's just gonna, went right over that.